Here we see Emily eating chopsticks.
It has hints of rose hips. Yes. Light bodied. Full bodied. A dead body. Took my body. There's nothing left on this one, right? Better give it to the gods. You gotta feed the nuclear warhead, the nuclear reactor. Come on, feed the nuclear reactor. You're pretty sharp today.
Scared the hell out of me. He's a needy guy. He always needs stuff from me. He always just wants stuff. Watch. Quote me on it. You have it on the record. He's gonna, no pun intended, because I was just putting this record away. He's gonna be getting a hold of me until I answer.
Why?
How much should we bet?
Why? Will you share?
Because he wants something.
A blowback with me?
Like a blowback baby whale. Baby orca. Babyorca.com.
Did you know that penguin? Babyorca.com.
Are you going to talk about gay penguins? That was a big scandal.
It was all over the news.
24-hour news cycle.
Did you know that penguins will push each other off the ice to see if they're predators? Yeah, they're bastards.
Oh yeah, penguins are really depressed creatures. Some of them will just it's like vaguely in my mind, but something about these penguins will pull up into the view. Pull up the thing. You can move it. Pull up the chair you're sitting on. Don't lean too much on it. It's just a cheap fucking.
It's just a child.
It's just like a plastic thing, basically. Plastic strong, but penguins would run toward the cliff's edge and commit suicide in the South Pole. Do you know a guy walked across the South Pole?
I think I saw a headline like that in the. God damn it! I'm sorry. What? You gotta get these away from me. I'm gonna eat all your crawlers.
Oh, they're for you.
Mm-hmm. Aw. Oh, Nagasaki? You know what would be
malfunctioning. Having my battery.
You know what would be better is if it had like the sound of the balloons when you fill them up and let them go.
You can get that sound.
The call of the baby orca.
Oh, it's so high pitch. Man, that's obnoxious. I can tell it's annoying.
It's obnoxious. Let's do it again.
I gotta get my $40 worth out of this stupid little thing I bought.
$40?
Yeah.
Man.
Korg, if you want us to put a product place, just get a hold of us.
Yes. The Corgi.
The used to call. And I feel like every time I'm taking a hit and you say comment, I immediately there's like either a correction that I want to make or like a witty thing I want to add on to it. And I'm like, I gotta hold this fucking hit in.
And I corrected her.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to be quoted.
This is Carl.
No, oh yeah, dude.
That's what Carl looked like, though. He looked exactly like that.
I want to get like this. Tell them your bat story.
I had a pet bat for a time. Well, he wasn't.
She was in the majors.
He wasn't inside. He was in my garage, and he'd hang out outside the garage sometimes. And he was pretty cool. I'd pet him every day when I'd come home, and when I'd leave, and then I would prepare a meal for my family.
You missed a day.
And that's how they all died. What?
If you missed a day.
Oh God. Yeah,
he'd
squeak at me.
I would prepare him. I would pet him and then go prepare a meal for my family. And I would put him back in his cage. Oh,
my family was more bats.
Trying to fly around. That's kind of bad. Then in treatment there, which works clearly, there was this fucking kind of deranged guy who was like in 40s, 50s who was just always talking about all these practical planks he'd play on.
George W.
Clamps and plugs.
Clamps.
All these cramps he would play on steeples. All these pranks he would play on people, and but bats were involved, and they're not people, though they are mammals. He would, for whatever reason, this fucking weirdo at whatever age would go with his buddies into these caves, I guess, in Minneapolis, and
Minneapolis caves? Yeah, do you mean the sewer under the bridge?
I don't know.
Crack house.
See?
No, you weren't kidding. I thought that said miss you.
But
missed call. Miss you.
No, so he would take these bats and put them in a cooler and keep them and then he'd put them in the freezer and keep them in there all till summer was back, and then they would. I don't condone this, okay? But then him and his buddies would just open the cooler and throw them out on the lawn in the hot sun, and they would start melting and flapping around, and they would just be poking at them, I guess. It's you gotta be what kind of child trauma did he?
Carl met an untimely death when I ran him over when he was sunning himself in my driveway, and then I cried.
I've never heard that. It's so funny. I just picture it in a cartoon. I've never heard of a bat that just lies around lazily.
Yeah, he was really cool.
I always thought they hung upside down.
He would in places sometimes, but it was a game. I'd like to come home and find Carl
bats
in different
games
in different places. Positions.
When I lived in Oregon, we were hiking up in the gorge to Punch Bowl Falls one night. It was getting late. All these bats would come swooping down within 5 inches of your head, and it would be so disorienting because there's parts of the trail where you have to hold a wire because that's how you're over a cliffside and way up in the air, and it's dark and you're holding a wire, and there's bats gliding down at your head, and it's just fuck you. I'm trying to just trying to get home, dude, and you want to get home to your family. Why am I? Maybe they were catching mosquitoes or something. Maybe that's why.
That's why I liked having Carl around too, because.
Yeah, how many do you think he ate though?
Yeah, I don't know.
After you drove over him cruelly in a drunken rage?
Because
you were mad at him?
That was dramatic, Carl. No.
How'd you initially find him in your garage?
Yeah, I just saw him one
And what
day.
made you think it would be safe to pet him?
I don't know. He looked like a pretty chill guy.
Chill bat?
And then Yeah, so I ran over him because I didn't see him when I pulled up. Usually I started looking for him, but he never went that far into the driveway. So I saw him. I didn't know I ran him over until that night when I went to work, and I was gonna go step in my pickup, and then I saw his squished body, because I didn't know where he was.
Kind of emotional.
I cried.
Really?
Yeah, I got teared up because he was like he was
never
smushed.
Told me the story.
I probably tried to and then got distracted, but he was like smushed, and then I was like crying on my way to work, and I had to go home that night, and I like swept him with a broom up into like a dustpan, and then I wrapped him up and threw him away.
So that's what me and Carl used to do to each other.
Wrap each other in blankets.
I would do that to Carl. He was a good
trucker.
No, Carl was my grandpa's name.
Oh.
He would make me do that to him. Yeah, let's get the fuck out of this shithole. This place is barely inhabitable.
God damn it! Now I want one more hit before we go, because I feel like it's wearing off.
Yeah,
Like the more I smoked, the more it
I just can't believe that sound really like drew me back by comparison of last time.
Yeah, well, God, it goes through it so fast.
Yeah.
Fucking, I guess I won't have any when I get home, but that's okay. It's probably good. I have to work tomorrow. I don't want to feel like crap.
Well, sure. Before you go on your merry way, if you should.
This has the closet pan.
Oh, you do big months. Or you throw big months down, but you actually get something out of it. New bed.